Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Ryan. Today I'm excited because I've actually, believe it or not, I've never had anything from Fiddler. Well, ASW, right? And they have their whole Fiddler lineup of things. I think they called it that because they like to sort of, in the meantime, while they were working on some other core stuff, they were like, well, let's do some stuff where we just kind of fiddle with weird things and try and get creative. And that's where the Fiddler lineup came from. So I believe they're headquartered out of Atlanta, Georgia. This sample here was sent in by Jeff, a faithful supporter and viewer here on the channel. Thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate that. And this is actually their high wheat bourbon, but then finished in a toasted barrel. So this is literally 51% corn, 45% wheat, and the rest is barley. So that's a ton of wheat in here, and then finished for 3 months in a toasted barrel. It comes in at 119 proof, and all the whiskey in here is between 5 and 6 years old. I'm gonna crack it open, and we'll see if it's any good. Now, I believe the standard going rate for this bottle is 75 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. Which, if it's good, that's really not a bad price point for something that's 5 to 6 years old, high wheat, and then finished in a toasted barrel, because obviously they got to pay for extra cooperage and then spend more time aging it as well. So if it's good, 75 bucks, not a bad deal. And the 119 proof is a nice proof point as well. Oh man, the nose. I get a lot of like a toasted pecan on the nose, which I'm a sucker for pecans and walnuts, and that's really where my brain goes to immediately right off the rip on the nose of this. Very nutty. Fresh sawn logs on the nose too, very woody. Also getting sort of like an orange peel as well. In a lot of ways, it makes me think of the Larceny barrel-proof stuff from Heaven Hill. A rich toffee note. Yeah, that's a really nice nose. Well, let's try it. Oh, it's shocking to me how much like Larceny this is, but a much stronger oak presence, probably the toasted barrel. On the palate, those nutty notes come through quite well. You get a lot of pecan on that. I think a pecan pie. It's very sweet, but then there's a plenty of this sort of subtle spice along with the oak as well. Those things play really well together, intertwining with the pecan pie notes. Love that. It almost tastes like a mashup between Larceny and Penelope Toasted. These two. It tastes like these two had a baby. Like they got together, they made sweet love and had a baby. And that's the Fiddler. The more I chew on it, the more I get some dried fruit notes in there as well, which may have been sort of the orange peel that we were getting on the nose coming through a little bit more. Like dried orange slices and fig. You know, I think this could be a really good contender for some fortified wine finishes. Like if they took this distillate and went with the fortified wine finish approach, they can make a really great, I think, cigar blend out of this. Do like cognac, Armagnac finish on this. I think that would be a banger choice. Yeah, I think for the price point, 75 bucks for this, that's a lot of flavor for a $75 bottle. I think that's a pretty good deal. I would be tempted to pick that up for 75 bucks. Those dark fruit qualities, the fig, dried oranges, plays really nicely with all the fresh sawn logs and those toasted pecans. Yeah, that's a really good sip. I like that quite a bit. I can't speak to anything else from Fiddler because I've never had anything of theirs, but this right here, that's not bad. You know, and I'm thinking of the Georgia heat and how that would probably be a factor for the dark syrupy qualities we're getting off this. And that does make a lot of sense because I think in my mind, this is similar to some of the sips I've had from 13th Colony as well. Hey, that's pretty freaking good, Jeff. Thanks for sharing that with me. I like that. I think if I were to give that a rating per my scale, I think that would land comfortably, or we're going to land that down at a 7.6. Yeah, I think that's a great pour. Thanks again, Jeff, for sharing that with me. I think if you ever see that, that's a pretty good purchase, I would say. Pick that up. 75 bucks, that's a great value for a product that has that much flavor, 5 to 6 years old, high proof point, and a finish on it. That's a good deal. I like that a lot. Thanks again for sharing it with me, Jeff. Polite reminder to our Patreon supporters, we do have our virtual bottle share. Our first night of that is this coming Thursday. So we'll be grouping up and we're going to go right down the spreadsheet. So if you signed up for that and you sent out samples, you'll get to share them with everybody, talk about your bottle and what it means to you. So it'll be sort of like a whiskey show and tell, grown-up show and tell. I think it'll be a good time. So I've got a bunch of samples that you guys have sent in for the bottle share right here. I'm ready to go. Reminder, if you want to get involved in our community, do stuff like that with us, hey, head on over to the Discord. It's totally free. Link is in the description. You can join our community, get involved in the conversation, get to know some people who have similar interests as you. It's great. We have a good time over there. Big shout out to my Patreon supporters, and I appreciate all the work that you guys do to help support the channel and fund the bottles that I get to pick up here and review. If you want to get involved with the Patreon, you can do so for as little as $1 a month, and a link to that is in the description as well. Cheers, my friends! May you live richly and get better with age, and hope to catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.